Welcome to the channel and welcome back to another video. On this quick video, I want to talk to you guys about how to save money and save it fast. I'm going to give you 10 ways to do it, 10 things that you got to do if you want to save money fast. Now you can pick and choose one or two, or you can do all 10 of them and really knock it out the box. Pay attention to number 5 because number 5 is one of my absolute favorites. A recent study showed that only 39% of Americans could come up with $1,000 in an emergency situation. You don't want to be one of the 61% that can't come up with $1,000. So the goal is to save money fast so you have something in case of an emergency. Things will happen. Things do happen. And to prevent you from being shocked or going down and getting a payday loan, you want to have some savings, and you want to have some savings quickly. If you're stopping by this channel for the first time, please consider subscribing below. And if you get any value out of this video, please smash the like button. My name is Eric, and I write a blog over at smartmoneybro.com. On my website, I write articles to help regular, ordinary people just like me be extraordinary with their money. I also write articles on that website to help people that want to get into real estate investing. I help folks invest, manage, and grow their real estate portfolios. But on this video, it's all about saving money quickly, fast. You know, some people they just don't have 5 years to wait. They need money now. And that's what this video is all about. So let's jump into it. The first thing you got to do if you want to save money fast is you have to create a goal. And that goal should be measurable and it should be quantifiable, which basically means if you want $1,000 and you want the $1,000 by a certain time frame, what is that time frame? Is it 3 months from today? Is it 1 month from today? Is it 6 months from today? You have to make that decision how much you want and when do you want it by. That way it's measurable and you got a quantifiable amount that you want to save. Maybe it's $2,000. Maybe it's $3,000. Maybe it's only $1,000 just to get you started. Whatever it is, put an amount to it and put a time to it. That gets you focused. When you create that goal, now you got to have certain action steps. Perhaps these other 9 things are the action steps you need to reach that first step, which is a goal. When you write it down, or when you put it on your screensaver on your cell phone, or when you put it on your background of your laptop, it's going to help you be serious about it. Or when you take and you write it on a big piece of poster board and you put it up on your wall, or you put it up on the refrigerator door, or you put it in the restroom, whatever you do, it's going to help you get serious about it if you write it down. That means it's going to bring it into focus every single day. It's going to stay in your face, holding yourself accountable. So goal setting is all about visualizing. You've got to see it happening before it happens. So if you want to reach your goal, you got to put it somewhere and you got to visualize it and you got to see it, because that's going to make it come to fruition. That's number 1. If you want to save money fast, get a goal, write it down, make it plain. Number 2, the second thing you got to do to save money fast is you have to create a budget. There's a lot of reasons why it's important to make a budget, but I'll just give you a few reasons. First, it helps you get organized. Second, it builds your discipline muscle, which you got to have if you want to save money fast. What a budget does is similar to what happens when you walk into a really, really sloppy room. If you've ever walked into a sloppy room, the first thing you think or start to do is put some things where they go. And as you begin organizing things and putting things where they go, the next thing that happens is all of a sudden the room gets bigger. The room wasn't bigger, it's just that you organize things. And when you put things in their proper place, tell them where to go, and get organized, guess what? You free up space. The budget is the exact same way. When you begin to put money in a certain spot and tell money what to do and give money an assignment, the next thing you know, you free up money. You have extra money. So if you want to save money fast, creating a budget is extremely important. Now, when I say budget, I mean a zero-based budget. And what that means is you spend all of your money on paper when you get paid. So there's no extra money laying around for this. You account for that extra money. Maybe you call it miscellaneous. You do this because you want to take control. And when you start putting things Where they go, you'll see you'll have a whole lot more money left over. And you never know. When you created your goal, you might have said to yourself, I want this in 9 months. Well, guess what? When you really start to organize your money and take control of your money, you might end up seeing that you might be able to accomplish your goal in 6 months because you're going to have extra money laying around. Number 3, the third way to save money fast is to automate your savings. In other words, if you want $1,000 in the next 6 months, then perhaps you need to say, how much money do I need to save every time I get paid to reach that goal? And then you turn around and say, I want to have $30 come out of this part of my checking account into this savings account every 2 weeks or once a month. You can set that up online with your bank account to say, I want a certain amount coming out. Now, you're making a budget now. If you're following these steps, you're making a budget and you can account for this automated savings in your budget. It's just a matter of having a portion of your money go to your savings on a regular periodic basis. You can also create a sinking fund with automated savings. Perhaps there's a few things that you know you have to pay for once a year. Maybe it's property taxes. Maybe it's Christmas items you want to get. Maybe it's you have children and there's school clothes that are coming up and you want to save up some cash. So you can create a sinking fund that says automatically put a certain amount of money in that sinking fund as well as your savings every single month. But when you automate it, it's easy. You don't see it. You don't necessarily have to make a weekly or bi-weekly or monthly decision about it. You know it's going there and it's automatic and it's written into your budget. Number 4 is use the envelope system. What is the envelope system? It's just a matter of taking whatever you need in cash, putting it in an envelope and sticking to that particular amount per month or per every 2 weeks when you get paid. But you do this with certain things that you can pay cash for. Perhaps it's not the electricity bill or the water bill, but you could do this for your gas for your car or even for groceries, or maybe it's for miscellaneous items that you know you need on a regular basis every single month. But the envelope system forces you to use cash. And when you use cash, studies have shown you tend to spend money a little more carefully than if you use a card or if you have it automatically come out of your account, because you're seeing the cash go from your hand to the clerk's hand or your hand to whoever's hand, and it hits the brain a little bit differently when you actually spend cash. You think about it a little bit more. A great way to control your spending and make sure you stay on target is using the envelope system. That's going to help you free up some extra money to actually save. Number 5 is one of my favorites. It is cook at home. So you want to avoid eating out as much as possible. The fast foods, the restaurants, if you added that stuff up and really got focused on what you spent on that, it's probably a ton of money, much more than you would probably imagine. One thing you want to do as far as cooking at home goes is try to budget in some time for cooking. Because when you make a decision to stop eating out so much and cook at home, it's going to take some extra time to prepare meals and cut onions and add seasoning. That stuff takes time. So the way you do that is create a budget for your cooking at home. Just like you create a budget for your money, create a budget for your time. Maybe you want to cook 4 meals a week, then you have to figure out what hour or 2 hours do I have to spend cooking that food. Here's some grocery tips that I want to help you out with when you go grocery shopping, because if you follow this and you cook at home, that means you got to actually go grocery shopping more often. Couple of things, actually 3 things. When you go to the grocery store, always be sure to eat before you go. I know it sounds elementary, but you would be surprised at how much extra money you spend because you're hungry when you go to the grocery store. What this does, it means I'm not going to be wandering up and down each aisle saying to myself, what do we need? What that looks good. That doesn't look good. I'm not going to spend extra time wandering up and down the aisle. I'm going to eat before I go, and I won't be hungry and purchase the little bitty $5 and $10 and $15 items because I'm extra hungry. You can spend a lot less at the grocery store when you don't have hunger pains when you go. The second thing about grocery shopping is try to shop fast, right? Slow shoppers that take their time with the cart and they lollygag around and look up and down the aisle and that aisle, and slow shoppers spend more at the grocery store. Fast shoppers go quick. They move. They're in, they're out. Now, number 3 is going to help you move fast, and that is make a list. Whenever you go to the grocery store, actually sit down, take 30 minutes out, go through your kitchen, and make a list on what you need. Now, when you make that list, you may want to be preparing some dinners. So on that list, have the extra stuff, but make sure you have the ingredients for the 3 or 4 or 5 meals that you plan to cook that week or that 2 weeks, however often you decide to go. You have to figure out what you're going to make, and then that makes going to the grocery store much quicker. That way, when you see that aisle, you know, oh, that's that. I don't need any of that. Pass it up. Don't just wander down different aisles. So 1, eat before you go. 2, go fast. Shop quickly. Move. Number 3, make a list and stick to that list when you go. It'll make grocery shopping much smoother, much more compact, and much more disciplined and to the point. So you don't walk in with $100 saying, I'm gonna spend $100 and walk out spending $175. But the whole point of this one, number 5, is cook at home more often. Number 6, the 6th way to save money fast is to sell some things you already have around your home. A recent article said that Americans spend $1.2 trillion a year on things they don't need. Now, without digging into that study, let me just say this. A lot of us watching this right here probably have about $1,000 worth of stuff that they can sell. If that's you, get rid of it. Craigslist, garage sale, eBay, Facebook Marketplace, whatever it is, get rid of it. If you get rid of it, you might end up freeing up that $1,000 to keep you out of that 61% of Americans that don't have $1,000 just by selling the stuff you already have. Number 7, stop paying a bunch of money to pamper yourself. Now, I didn't say don't pamper yourself. It's nothing wrong with self-care, right? But you can get a lot of self-care free. You don't necessarily have to have your hair done once a week or every 2 weeks. You don't necessarily have to if you're a male, go to the barbershop every 2 weeks or every week. You don't necessarily have to get your hair and your nails done every week or every 2 weeks. Now, what I'm trying to explain to you is that it's important to take care of yourself, but that is a place where a lot of us could cut back. Let's say you're spending $300 a month on Starbucks, hair, nails, whatever else. Those little things that you don't really need. Maybe it's a massage or waxing, whatever you do. I'm not here to criticize you for what you do, but what I'm saying is cut back on some of the pampering and perhaps you will free up money. It's nothing for most people. I think I read a statistic that said the average American person spends about $200 a month on their hair, their nails, their beauty, their massages, all that type of self-care stuff. Cut back on it. Do it for free. Perhaps you go out and you take a walk at a local park. Perhaps you can go to the lake and sit out for free. Maybe you can read a good book. Start reading ebooks that are free on Amazon. Whatever it takes. Pamper yourself. Take care of yourself. Do the meditation, but do it free. Or do it by spending a lot less money. Maybe there's something there that you could cut back on. Number 8, everybody watching this has at least 1 or 2 subscriptions that you just don't know about. Cancel the subscriptions. That little $3.99 subscription you signed up for 2 years ago, it's still there. That $10.99 subscription you signed up for 6 months ago is still there. Take inventory of these subscriptions that you have, whether they be online, on Amazon, or what have you, and start canceling them to free up cash. You'd be surprised. I did this last year. I freed up about $50 a month just from getting rid of subscriptions I don't even use anymore. So try canceling your subscriptions. That will free up some money fast. Number 9 is create additional income. How? Perhaps a second job, maybe a small business. Maybe there's something you do that somebody will pay you for, $10, $20, $80. Whatever that is, create a side business so now you bring in more income. That additional income can be used to save money fast. For me, it's eBay, and I do voiceovers on the side also. So my voiceovers and my eBay, and I have some real estate, All those things create extra money so that if I needed to save money fast, I have those side gigs to do it from. Everybody can create a hustle nowadays. It's either online or not online. You can do it. But you want to create a little extra income to help you save money as quick as possible. And finally, number 10, take a shoebox, take a piggy bank, and go old school. If you have any money left over at the end of every single day, drop it in the shoebox or drop it in the piggy bank or under the mattress, whatever it takes. Just throw it in there. Don't think about it. If it's $1, if it's $2, toss it in there. If it's $6, toss it in there. After about 6 months or so, 7 months, count it up. See what you got. You're going to be surprised at the cash you have. I mean, think about it. Just 20 bucks a week ends up being $80 a month, which ends up being about $960 in a year. So in 1 year, you could move out of that 61% of people who don't have $1,000 saved up, and you can move into the 39% that do. I gave you 10 things, but look, if you only did 3, that's cool. You could still do it. If you only decided to do 2, that's fine. You could do it and still save money fast. If you took it upon yourself to say, I'm going to do all 10 of these things, you'd be shocked at what you have. If you got any value out of this video, smash the like button. And if you're new to the channel, do me a favor and subscribe. Listen, the best person to take care of the old you is always going to be the young you. Take care of yourself and take care of other people. Until the next video, peace.